All right, what up? Today's video, I'll be talking about how to throw far. Everyone wants to throw far, let's be honest. And that's probably the first thing you look up when you play disc golf is how to throw further. So let's get right into it. Today, I'm gonna give 5 of my best tips on what I think is gonna help you the most in throwing far. All right, first thing we're gonna talk about is gonna be the lower body, specifically the back leg. Now, in all the furthest throwers in the world, you're gonna see them load onto this back leg, especially beyond their toe. And then here's where the magic happens. I talked about a little bit about this in the backhand video, but now we're talking about power. So it's driving that left knee in toward your front leg. So for me, it's my left knee into my right leg, like that. You can kind of see it starts to activate my hips. Step 2 of this first tip is gonna be throwing the hips. So it's gonna be the left knee is gonna come in when you hit your max peak reach back, before your upper body goes, and then you're also gonna take this right hip and throw it back, and the left hip and throw it forward. So it's less about like spinning like this and more about throwing this hip back and straightening that leg out and then having the left hip come forward. So it's gonna look like this, knee in, and then throw the hips like that. Number 2 is gonna be the brace. So after you do that first part, left knee comes in, you'll see the hip starts to extend, the hips rotate. The brace is extremely important. So you don't wanna be running up, throwing, and then just running out the shot like that, because that is wasted potential energy. A good analogy I've heard is if you're in a car and you hit a brick wall, you get ejected basically, you get launched, because everything stops at that one moment and all that energy that was built up hits and goes. Same thing with the throw. So the left or the plant leg's gonna hit all the way, it's gonna go into the shot, and then you have to stop that weight. So I like to think about it as applying as much pressure into the ground as you can, almost against your body weight. So if I'm running up this way, I'm jamming my leg into the ground, and as I'm coming through, I'm almost trying to push up into my left, like that. Now, there are times where you will have a little bit of leftover energy where it's okay to come here and fall through. But I mean, some of the furthest throwers in the world, like Albert Tom, he really focuses, and that's his main point, is stomping and getting all the way into the shot. Now we're gonna talk a bit about the upper body. So starting off, it's about getting into the deep pocket. Now in my backhand breakthrough tutorial, I talked about not breaking that box, keeping the box right here, and then using the left shoulder to push off with the disc. That, for me, is specifically for accuracy reasons. Now, if you look at all of still photos of the top throwers in the world, they're getting out in front with this right here. So the elbow's out, the disc is tight. This is like the power pocket, and the deep pocket's even a little bit further. And then it's ripping out. So there's not too much to talk about there, but getting into that deep pocket, coming here, and getting even a little bit tighter, getting more rotation and more speed into the shot. Now, like I said, I don't recommend this if you're looking for accuracy reasons, because I do think it makes it harder to hit your spin rate, your angle, nose angle, all that type of stuff. So that's where I like to keep it more on my left shoulder when I'm on the course. Once you have the upper body portion done, you got to think about the left arm, or the trailing side. So this is what I would like to call like an advanced technique, and it's coiling. So you want to coil into your hip, but also with your left arm is going to initiate it. So you'll see right here, I'm reaching back, the left arm also comes back, and then the left arm is gonna get thrown down about the same time as the left knee. So these two are in sync, and almost some players, you'll see the arm going back as these two are coming forward. And what that does is create a ton of tension in your upper back right here. And that's where all the muscles are stretched and loaded. And then you'll see them kind of punch the ground almost. Macbeth does it a lot. AB, they really just punch down, and then all the weight starts to come forward. So there are a couple different ways to do this. I've seen the most success for myself when I do throw that arm in early and then start the coil and the pull through. But people like Eagle McMahon kind of do it at the same time. So there's not one really right or wrong way, similar to like grips in disc golf. It's kind of what works best for you, but I have seen a lot of success for myself with getting the arm in early and then coiling, as well as loading into that back hip with it right here. and then everything fires just like that. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about is the slingshot. Now, this is commonly seen as basically getting to a point where it just touches and then goes. It's a touch and go. So I almost like to imagine there is some type of target right here. And so what I'm doing is as I'm running up and going to my reach back, all I'm trying to do is hit it and then go. So once you feel the tension in the back and the touch and go happens, you're gonna notice a very quick pop and it's gonna snap out with a lot of speed. But you know, it's important to get that timed up properly so it's boom and then it just starts to go just like that. So you'll see in a couple of these like slow-mo videos, an example of that. All right, so right here, focus on my left knee as it starts to drive in. All right, for this shot, I'm gonna exaggerate the left arm coming in early and making that coil happen. Now we're gonna do a touch and go. The reach back's gonna hit and it's gonna go right away as soon as it hits the max reach back. Now we're gonna brace real tough into the ground, push up and fire the hips. All right, that's it. Pretty much you'll be throwing at least 500 feet now, basically. At least that's the goal. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions in the comments, I will answer them, put them below. Video ideas, I'll also put those in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and more videos in the very near future. Lastly, if you're looking for videos similar to this one, make sure to check out the Power Disc Golf Academy, where you can see myself, Ezra Aderhold, Simon Lazat, and many other touring pros give lessons on these disc golf topics. Thank you.